Hello, welcome everyone to lecture number 26 of Fundamentals of Computing. This lecture is on network topologies. In this, I'll cover network topology and different network topologies. Before starting with the network topologies, there are some terms that one should know. This is the memory capacity, how the memory capacity is measured. So, the unit which is used to measure the capacity of a memory means how much data it can be stored is in terms of bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes and so on. So, what is the byte? Byte is nothing but it is the collection of 8 bits is equals to 1 byte. And we know that bit is what? It is either 0 or 1. So, the string of 8 zeros and ones becomes a 1 byte. Similarly, 1024 bytes makes a 1 kilobyte, 1024 kilobyte makes 1 megabyte, 1024 megabyte makes 1 gigabytes and 1024 gigabyte makes a 1 terabytes. So, in this way the capacity of a memory is measured in bytes, kilobytes, gigabytes, terabytes, etc. Another term that one should know, since we are talking about the network, so one should know how this or in which unit the network speed is measured. This is measured in bits per second. Commonly, we say that I have already used in my previous lectures also that megabits, that is MPBS, or GPBS, that is the gigabits per seconds. Had the value of megabits means what? As the bits per seconds is, if it is in gigabits, it means what? The speed of a network will be more than that of the megabits per second. So, higher BPS value measures the faster network speed. So, this is all about the terms that one should know. Let us start with the network topology. So, what the network topology is? We have already studied in our previous lecture what are the network devices and what are the different computer networks. Next question comes, how these devices are connected with each other in a network. So, network topology is nothing but it represents the way devices are connected in a network, or in the other way you can say it is an arrangement of different elements like nodes, links or devices in a computer network. There are different network topologies and each of them is suited to a specific task. In my next slides you will be see the star, ring, bus, mesh topologies. So, these are the different type of network topologies that we will go through in the coming slides. Before that, you should know that there are two main categories of topologies. What are those? Physical network topology and logical network topology. So, physical network topology, what it says, it refers to the actual structure of the physical medium for the transmission of data, whereas logical network topology, this refers to the transmission of a data between devices present in the network irrespective of the way devices are connected. It means what? The physical topology refers to the physical layout of the wires, that is point to point and multi-point connection, whereas logical network topology, this refers to how data moves through the network. It means what? The star, ring, bus, mesh or tree, hybrid, these comes under the logical network topologies. The topology of a network is the key to determining its performance. Topology determines the media type used to cable the network, and the cost of the network will be affected by the type of a topology used. So, this is all about the network topology. This figure shows the different type of network topologies. The bus topology, star topology, its name is what? Because it looks like a star, there is a central hub and all systems, or you can say nodes, are connected to that. So, it means what? The communication between these two systems will be done through what? Through the central hub only. Another one is a ring. You can see it's a ring like structure, that's why its name is a ring topology. Then the mesh topology, in which all the computers or the nodes are connected with each other through the cable. Next one is a tree. It's having a tree structures, that are root and the branches. So, these are the this shows the branches, means how the systems are connected with each other. This structure is similar to the branches of a tree. And the point to point, it is like a peer to peer, means one to one end. So, let us see in detail what are the features of these different network topologies. Let us start with the first one, that is the bus topology. Yes, it looks like a bus, means first seat, second, third and fourth row and so on. So, here you can see that the computers are connected through a line. So, this line is called as a backbone line, and the cable that connects to this backbone line is a drop line. So, what is there in bus topology? From figure, this node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, this represents what? The computer system or any devices that are connected in a network. So, here each computer or server is connected to a single cable that is known as a backbone. This represents what? Your backbone cable. So, in this figure, here they use what? The coaxial cables for the connection. Node 1 or node 2 or node 3 or node 4, whatever it is, these are connected to this backbone through the drop lines. That means this cable, this is called as a drop line. All nodes shares the same communication channel. Yes, obviously the same communication channel is there. Coaxial or twisted pair cables are mainly used in bus network that supports up to 10 Mbps. So, this is the speed of the network. It is a cheaper as it requires lesser number of cables, but it is used to build temporary and small networks only. It's easy to install and extend. It is unidirectional. If the bus topology contains n nodes, then the number of cables required to connect them will be n plus 1. Why? Because n is the number of drop lines and 1 for the backbone cable. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a bus topology? Advantage is what? Yes, bus topology is easy to install and to connect the new devices to the network. It requires less number of cables in length, so that is why it is cheaper, inexpensive, and the failure of a single node does not affect the network. But it has some limitations also. What are those? Failure in the cable causes the shutdown of the network. Obviously, which cable? That is the backbone cable. If there is some failure in that cable, then it will lead to the network to collapse. Fault detection is difficult when the network shuts down. The speed of a network slows down with the increase of nodes, and security wise it is not that much secure. So, security is very low in bus topology. So, this is all about the bus topology. Next, we will go for star topology. From the diagram, you see there is a central hub and all these devices are connected to each other through this hub. So, that is why it represents what? It represents the star-like structure. That is why its name is a star topology. So, what is there in the star topology? Yes, it is easiest topology to design and implement, where each node is connected to a channel, that is or you can say central hub or the switch or a server with point to point connection. Yes, in this diagram this is the hub and each of these computers are connected to this through the point to point connections. The host node means what? This node, which is either hub or switch, controls the communication between other nodes, because if this computer wants to communicate with this printer, then it will be through this hub. Data on a star network passes through the hub or the switch before continuing to its destination. So, if it is a source and this is the destination, this source computer wants to send the data to a destination, that first it will be sent to the hub and from this it will be transferred to this destination. So, it has some advantages as well as disadvantages. What are the advantages? Yes, it is easy to install, new nodes can be added easily, network is not disturbed on addition or deletion of a node from it, it's easy to detect faults, and failure of any node does not affect the network, because it's like what? The star in this way. So, any new can be added into it easily. If this one is deleted, then this is not going to affect this network. But it has a limitation, that because there is highly dependence on this central hub. So, if it fails, what do you say? Yes, whole the network fails, because everything is connected through the central hub. So, if it fails, the entire network collapses. It will require more cable length than the bus topology, and because of that it is more expensive than the bus topology, because it requires cables as well as the central hub, which is either what? Your switch or hub. So, this is all about the star topology. Next is the ring topology. From the diagram you can see it's a ring like structure. So, that is why its name is a ring topology. What will happen here? Device 1 is connected to device 2 and device 6, means every device is connected to the other from one side and to the another device from the other side, means from left or right you can say. So, let us see its features. Here all nodes are connected in the shape of a closed loop. Yes, this is the loop. It's having a loop like structure. Connected directly to other nodes, one on either side of it. If it is this one, this is connected to this side, or on the other side it is connected to other device. Here it is connected to the laptop and here it is connected to the printer. So, workstation 1 is connected to two devices, on one side to laptop and on the other side to the printer. Data must pass through all devices along the way to reach its destination. Suppose this workstation wants to transfer a data to this laptop too. So it can either follow this route or it follows this route, means in the clockwise direction or in a anti-clockwise direction. So it means what? It has workstation, for data from the workstation passes to laptop 1, then workstation 2, and then finally it reaches to the laptop 2 if I follow this path. If the ring topology contains n nodes, then the number of cables required to connect them will be equals to n. So it means what? Here the number of cables that are required for connection will be less as compared to your pass and the star topology. But in ring topology, message travels through the loop in same direction, either in clockwise or in a counterclockwise direction. Several repeaters are used for ring topology with a large number of nodes. It also has some advantages and disadvantages. So first go for the advantages. Yes, it's easy to install and expand, can span over a larger distances. Every node has a chance to transmit a data, and data transmission is high speed. It is less costly than the star topologies, but it has some limitations also. If a fault occurs, then it is very difficult to detect it in the case of ring topologies. Another problem is what? Since it is what? Ring structure. So, if these particular node fails, then what will happen? The entire network collapses. Why? Because the ring is not complete. Why I say so? If this wants to send the data to here, then it cannot be sent through this direction. Yes, this can be sent in alternate direction by using this, but if it is moving in this direction, then that is not possible. It is difficult to add or remove nodes from the network because of the same reason. It is less secure. Adding a node in a network may cause delay in the transmission. So this was all about the ring topology. Next topology is a mesh topology. Here you see every computer is connected to every other computer in this network. So it means what? There is a direct point-to-point connection between every computer in this topology. So let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages and what are the features of this mesh topology. It is also known as completely connected network. Why completely connected? Because there is a direct connection between every system in the network. So this if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4 computer systems, the one is directly connected to 2, one is directly connected to 3 and one is directly connected to 4. Similarly, the 2, 3 and 4, these are all connected to each other directly. That's why it is called as a completely connected network. Every node is connected to every other node in a network. And what type of connection is there? It's a point-to-point connection between them. The root concept is introduced by mesh topology, and this topology is used by routers to determine the best path. Since there are so many paths that are available, so router has to detect which path is to be used for what purpose? Obviously, to increase the network speed. For n number of devices connected in a mesh topology, the total number of ports that are required by each device is n minus 1. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this mesh topology? First, go for the advantages. The failure of a node doesn't affect the entire network. Why? Because only communication with that node is affected. Yes, it is very obvious. If these are the 4 nodes and these are connected to each other through the mesh topology, means there is a direct connection from this to this end, this to this to this. Similarly, the case here. So, if this fails, then what will happen? Still they are connected because there is a path from here to this one, this to this one, and this to this one. So, it means what? Only that node is affected. Communication is fast because the nodes are directly linked with each other. It is easy to detect error, and because of the dedicated point-to-point link, this topology provides high security and privacy. It has some limitations also. Limitations are what? Obviously, the cost of implementation and maintenance is very high. It is difficult and complicated to install and maintain because you have to establish point-to-point connection with every node in the system, and larger number of cables are required. So, this is all about the mesh topology. Next is the tree topology. Tree has a property that it has a root, branches, and the leaves. So, same type of a structure is used over here, that is why its name is a tree topology. So, see how it is. This is the backbone, and here they are the branches. I mean, this is connected to the others, and then two other, then another, this branch goes to the connector, and the leaves means what? These devices or nodes that are connected to it. So, that is why you see that it has a what? It has a tree like structure, and name is tree topology. So, what are the features of the tree topology? This topology has a hierarchical flow of data from root to leaf. And the way you can say that this is the root and these are the leaves, or we say that this is the parent and these are the childs. This is a different type of terms that are used. Tree topology is a combination of star and bus topology. In tree topology, multiple star networks are interconnected with one another using a bus network. And this topology consists of a parent-child hierarchy. That I said, if it is a parent, then it has a 2 childs. This becomes a parents for these 2 childs, and so on. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a tree topology? Advantages of tree topology is what? If one segment of the network is down, it doesn't affect the other segments of the network. The entire network is divided into segments, which makes it easy to manage and maintain. And obviously, because of this, the addition of nodes and the network expansion is easy. And error detection and error corrections are also very easy in the case of tree topology, but it has limitations because it is a combination of star and bus topology that makes it complex to design and maintain. If the central hub gets failed, obviously the entire system fails, and it is expensive because of cabling. Next topology is the hybrid topology. So, here you see what? It is a ring, then it is a star, then they are connected to what? Your bus. So, hybrid means the combination of all these. That is why we say that it is nothing but combination of all the various types of topologies that we have gone through, that is a star, ring, bus, mesh. The nodes are free to take any form such as ring or star topologies, or can be combination of various types of topologies. For example, network might use a star topology for its core infrastructure and a bus topology for a smaller isolated segment. It has some advantages and disadvantages too. So, it is very flexible. Size of the network can be easily expanded by adding new devices. Enhance fault tolerance by combining different topologies, that may be star, bus, ring, etc. And disadvantages what? Complexity increases with the number of topologies integrated. It requires careful planning to ensure smooth operation, and it's expensive as it requires a lot of cabling and network devices. So, there are a number of topologies that are available. Now, which one is the best? So, that depends upon the cost, reliability, scalability and performance. Cost wise, we say that bus is inexpensive to implement and ideal for small networks, whereas star having a moderate cost and easy to set up and manage. When it comes to the reliability, we say that mesh is a highly reliable with multiple connections, because if one link fails, others remains operational. And hybrid also, because it combines the strength of different topologies, enhancing the fault tolerance. When we talk about the scalability, yes, the tree comes because it is easily expandable by adding branches without disturbing the network, and mesh, which is a scalable but can become complex with many nodes. When it comes to the performance, mesh offers high bandwidth and redundancy and suitable for critical applications. Star provides good performance for most office networks but relies on the central hub. So, why we studied about this network topology? Why it is important? Because one wants to find the network performance, reliability, expansion and security. What is network performance? It is nothing but upon choosing appropriate topology as a requirement. It helps in running a network easily and hence increases the network performance. Network reliability, it means what? Some topologies, that is a star or mesh, these are reliable. Reliable in the sense of what? As if one connection fails, they provides the alternate connections. Network expansion means what? How easily the node can be added into the existing network. So, we have seen in the case of a tree, it's very easy to expand. Next is the network security. So, this network topology helps in understanding how devices are connected and hence provides a better security to the network. So, wherever there is a point-to-point connection, that provides more security. So, this is all about the network topologies and different type of network topologies and the importance of the network topologies that we have discussed in this lecture. Thank you.